Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Right. Pin that. Nope, it's not gonna work. Okay. Got one person here, I think that's just me. How are we all? Found it on YouTube. Okay. Hello Trish, how are you? Hope the sound's okay. I don't quite know what we're making. That's quite nice. Okay. So, I think Trish, you've seen the video, but anyone else that's watching, I think there's, oh, we're all good. Okay, awesome. It looks like it's just you and me, Trish. I know there's other people watching, but this is the Alice's Tea Party colour cuts, and no, they're not available because that's just, I've decided that the people that buy the kits get it first, and well, if you don't buy the kits, then you don't have access to these sort of things straight away. They'll be available later in the week. But this is just a bit of a present to those that buy the kits. Right. A lot in there, isn't there? So let's put that string somewhere there. I don't know what we're making. So the cardstock in this week's kit is, it feels like 210 GSM. I made these ages ago. I make kits a long way in advance, so it's probably a bit of an ask for me to remember what's in the kit exactly. But let's make something that delightful. I like the pansies. I love the pansies. I've loved pansy flowers since I was little, so let's get all the sequins in here. There's not a lot of sequins in this kit. There's just, just enough for us to do something with. Rightio. Hello, Karen and Paula. Are you at Karen's, Paula? Usually you are. Hello, Mary. How are you? How is Tasmania? My son is in Tasmania, or our son is in Tasmania. Our oldest son is currently in Tassie at the Rover Moot. So, because he's a rover still, not for much longer. When he turns 26, he can't be a rover anymore. Okay, so what are we going to do? We've got 3 pieces of cardstock, so I suppose that means that I'm doing a double tomorrow night. So let's put 2 pieces of cardstock aside. And then I had to grab all my gear and try and put this back together. And it's nothing fancy. So just so you know, home alone today. Oh, there you go. Hello, Quentin. Quentin's at the shop with Naomi and Noah. Amelia is somewhere in the house, not scribing. I don't have a fancy setup. I don't have like $1 million video rig with microphones and you know, expensive things that hang from the roof because my ceiling is sloped in my studio here. You know, I don't have big Mac screens and, you know, we are in our homes today. Oh, there you go. Where is the Super Scribe? Don't know. Just playing. Easter winds, cloudy, and a balmy 19 degrees. So there you go. I think it's a little bit hotter here today. In Central Queensland. So you kind of have to bear with me, but we do our best. We do our best. The videos aren't edited either, so you don't miss the secret ingredient because they're really, yeah. Any secret ingredient there is to how I create, you see it and you create with it. Other than distracting my brain and picking it to pieces, you're not going to see anything else. But yeah, yes, it's very raw. It's very basic. I don't have fancy video rigs. I don't have fancy cameras. I use my iPhone still. I have updated my iPhone once since we started doing the live classes in March 2020. Quentin has that phone now. Yeah. But yeah, so it's very basic. If you're new here, my apologies if you expected something super polished. So this is Springtime Tea Party. This is Alice's Tea Party. So obviously it's an offshoot of Springtime Tea Party. So Springtime Tea Party was the second collection I designed, paper collection. But it was the first one we released because we did a retreat with this. This was our first of our retreats that is only our paper. It was just so hard to get enough paper from other companies. And then bits would be missing and they'd come after the retreat and then, you know, yeah, things wouldn't be as they were described and it was a whole big disaster thing. So he's not drinking tea, he's drinking hot chocolate. I didn't get a hot chocolate this morning, did I? But you can see the colours are a little different. I've had a bit of a play with it. So I'm thinking I like this piece with the squares. Sorry. You do know I like patchworky things. And I love these macaroons. Coloured cookies, as Melly calls them. Hello. Nice to make it to a live class for a change. That is awesome, Amanda. You guys mustn't start back till next week. Hi, I'm out getting new glasses. Watch later. Have a great day. You too, Helen. Can't wait to see your glasses. You'll have to share a picky of them. Hello, Beryl. You do a great job. Do not apologise, you guys. Oh, thanks, Paula. Thank you. But yeah, I just wanted to explain that it's not a, you know, we don't have $1 million rig set up. We don't have, you know, all that. You might hear the chickens call me. I might have to go and let a cat in and out. It's not edited. It is actually not, and I don't pretend to have it live and then uncut and then cut it to pieces. No, that's not how we go. So I love these squares. Always have. I have got a mistake on here. See, the square didn't quite come right to the cut mark. Rookie mistake. See? But they do give us slightly more. So this collection, the first two collections, I had the barcode on both sides. And then the next two, I did, where's my words tub? I did a bit of reorganizing on the holidays. I did clean up sort of some of the pile of stuff. So then the next two collections, so Springtime Tea Party and Redwood Farm had this barcode on both sides. And then Redwood Farm and Robot Antics had words on one side and the info on the other. These barcodes don't work. I paid money for a font, a barcode font, or a barcode application thing, and it didn't work. Doesn't work. No, nothing to do with the printer, just the crap application thing. So this is words in here, mostly from our barcodes, and it's always left over from a video. This is left from a double page video. And this is Tranquility paper. And we're using Tranquility Friday night. Quentin has, and that's who Q is when I said on the email, and these are from the 6x12 books from Lemoncraft. Fussy Cut books. Quentin has requested a cherry blossom page. Where that came from, we don't know. Using Tranquility. So, and then after that from the islands, we did what we do now. So we got info on one side and the other print extends the whole way down. So they now say paper 1, paper 2, because this is paper 4 because it's got a 4 on the end. That's how you know with the old ones. That's paper 4. But yes, they have changed. So let's do a card, and maybe we'll put some little squares on. This is, oh, look at this. This is Flower Power. And I was using codes, but now I use numbers. And these numbers come from my TV remote. So 73 is S, F, 8 is T, 2 is A, Tropical Ambience, and it's paper number 4. How the brain of someone like me works. Okay. Maybe we'll do a little bit of, let's grab one of these. What if we do a bit of an inchy card, like little inch squares? Let's do that. You could use your scraps, but perfect for a piece of patchwork paper like this. Rightio. And then we could go with this lilac and have this sort of, and have their little delightful word. Amelia and I have been doing a little bit of art. I don't know where our art journals are. I think they're on the dining table. We've been doing a little bit of art. No, we'll go with a bit of a purple theme, but we'll have lots of colours on it. Let's do that. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with this piece of paper and make some little 1-inch squares. So unless you're going to use like, well, actually, I have used the Tea Party title here. I've used Springtime as well. You can keep that for that. If you've got little tiny punches or you want to cut these out, Chrissy D has, that comes in on Wednesdays. She's in the group as well, Chrissy is. You all know Chrissy. She has punched little shapes out of these or cut out these little circles. So they're still on the paper now. So they're not going to go away. They indicate, they show you some of the other papers in the collection. Like if you've just got one paper or you've got this barcode strip, you can go, oh, yep, I know where that piece of paper is. That one goes with this. And I always put little pictures. But I've got to be careful because the guys at the printers don't like to cut. I have them so the little bouquets get cut off at the bottom, and they don't like to cut the bouquets off. So yeah, I have to be careful because the guys don't like to cut up the pictures. They don't like to cut the tails off animals and things. They get a bit pedantic like I do. So we're going to cut this to 12 inches. This is a piece of paper number 5 from Springtime Tea Party. There's a little bit of Springtime Tea Party left, not a massive amount. There's a little bit. See, these didn't go all the way down. Rookie mistake. And then I'm going to turn it around. So I've turned it around so I've got my pink lilac, pink stripe, and my aqua colour up here. I'm going to line it up with the 11-inch mark. This is the easiest way to cut. and an inch strip. So it's nice and easy. It's super simple. Just making sure that's 12 inches where I want it to be 12 inches. And then I'm going to come along and I'm going to line up with the 11 mark. And then I'm going to go the 10 mark. I don't know if this is perfect. 10 mark. And then we're going to do 9. Then I'm just going to do 8. 7. 6, not quite perfect. 5. 4. 3. 2. Now, if you had a 1-inch square punch, it would make life easier. And 1. And this is the hard one. So a square punch is really good, except there's a piece of paper I can show you. Punch over here. This is a circle. So when you're using the punch, you kind of have gaps between, so you do waste a little more paper. Cutting it is more economical, but punching it is perfect. So those ones don't. What about, how many do we have? Well, we have enough. It's just 3 of them I've got little tiny bits of something else showing on them. I think that's enough. Maybe it's not. We probably need 3 more. But that'll do to start with. Maybe we'll cut the others now. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Linaire. Oh, Linaire's on YouTube. Oh, hello, Karen. Karen's over on YouTube as well. Hello. Oh, there's 4 people watching on YouTube. Just so you know. Okay, so where's that piece of paper? Let's leave that hole. And let's... Okay. So what I want to do is I want to just come in like a smidge, like an 1/8 inch, just to get rid of my little oopsie-daisies, or 1/16. I've just come in just a smidge because they're not quite right on the edge. And then I've come across 1 inch from that mark that I just cut. Right, there we go. And then this is 11, because we already cut 1 inch off. And then we'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Let's leave it at that. Oh, right. Okay, let's cut a card base. This is 210 GSM, right? Interesting thing is, we need to work. So we're going to cut a 6 inch by 8 inch piece, right? This is from our white cardstock. Plain, smooth white cardstock. So that was a 6 inch by 8-inch piece. I'm going to repeat myself. I don't have a scribe today. I am going to just repeat myself. Sorry if you get sick of hearing the sound of my voice. Okay, so then we decided we're going to do a bit of a lilac-y theme. Lilac-y. So let's, from this piece of Flower Power number 1, cut a 3 3/4 inch by 5 3/4 inch. Now you can, so this is live right now. You're probably not watching it live, but you can watch this later. So the thing with our videos, our classes, is you can watch live to be part of the social thing and comment and chat and all that sort of stuff, and then watch it later on and fast forward and pause and everything, because some of you will get it finished in the same time, but apparently I go really quick. Sorry. But yeah, you just work at your own pace. So this scrap, so this was the bit that was on the end from our 6x8 card base piece. So we cut a 6-inch strip, then we cross cut it at 8 inches, right? So let's cut a 5.5 inch. Now, I'm going to give you the most economical measurements to, that's how my brain works. Quentin sort of had a go at me. We didn't have a go. He just told me I shouldn't expect so much from everybody else because my brain works differently. So a 5.5 inch by 3.5 inch. Yeah. I told him no one taught me something, and I had to learn it for myself, and he said that I shouldn't expect that from everybody else being here. But that's okay. I don't always stop and think. I think a lot. I've spent most of the night thinking, actually. Okay, so let's bring in a couple of these pieces. Now let's get rid of some of our bits that don't have the whole bit on them. But we're not going to waste those, I don't think. Oh dear. So let's put that one there, because I'm probably not going to see it. Let's put that one there. That one there. And then put this one here, but we'll cover that bit. What do we think? Okay, hello Diane, hello Marie. I never get tired of your voice, it helps us more. Oh, thank you, Marie. I tripped this morning on a walk, landed very, well, now you're gonna have to rest. You'll have to lay on the lounge chair and watch Netflix and eat chocolate and do some fussy cutting for a couple of days. Oh, Lynette, that's gonna hurt. Oh, look, Paula's just trying to get someone in, that's cool. You can do that. And if you find that when you, so start typing the person's name with a capital. If it doesn't come up, type an @ symbol, you know, so the @ symbol, and then their name, but no space. And it should come up. They should pop up, especially if you're friends. Create and explain things however it feels best for you. We all have our own way of, yep. So we've got a little bit there to cover. What did we have? We had our little delight word, which I think we're going to have to colour it. We've got a little bit of pink stringy stuff. What do we think? Got a whole lot of colour going on here. So let's pull our card base away so we don't get it mucky. And then what we're going to do is this piece of Flower Power number 1, we're going to cut the middle out of it because it could be handy for tomorrow. We did a lot last week with colour cuts. It was Scrapbox week. I didn't do a Friday night. My family put their foot down. I needed to rest. I haven't really rested that much. Amelia's room's nearly done. Let's just say that kid and Lego and Barbie doll bits. It is phenomenal. Yeah. And she gets sidetracked. She doesn't like to pack her stuff up. Not little so-and-so. So this was what we did last Tuesday morning from Scrapbooks and bits and pieces. Lots of colour cuts on there, which is what these things are. They're colour cuts. And then this was what we did Wednesday night with scraps. And then Thursday night, Naomi John used some of the leftover triangles on her art journal page. And these are all colour cuts from different leftover projects. They're all from leftover projects, classes, videos. Okay, so we've done that and we've got that. So I wonder if when we put that on there, we put that on there on a little bit of foam to make it sort of stand up a bit. Right. So the next thing I do is I grab my tape. I'm going to use 18mm tape and I am going to cut it. And just going to turn all these over. Oh, look, we could have used the back of them. Look at that. How awesome is that? So I have kept them in order. What you doing, Mealy? Noah's reorganised his room as well. And we've done a lot of gardening. A lot in the garden. So I kind of tried to rest. Still no better. I'll be right. I hope everyone else as well. I hope you all had a fun Christmas and had a safe holiday. Milton has had such a good time, part of his trip down to Tasmania, that he forgets to send us his proof of life. So we have actually had to ask that a couple of times. Okay, so let's put all of our little squares over here and turn them back over in the same spot. It's okay if they're not. It just means we've got to reorganise if they're not. Rightio. Okay. So it's basically, when they're all up close together, it'll be 3 inches by 5 inches, right? So maybe we do need to just work out our gaps. See, our gaps between across are going to be different to our gaps going up and down. It's all part of the mathematics of the thing. But that's okay. We can handle that. The other option is that we like Sunday we did watch the new Jurassic Park movie. See, if we get them all to the same, that's where I start to shake. Let's just take these 3 out. Okay, this is an option. And see, then our word goes across in there. Like that. Maybe we'll do that. Okay. I think that's the dishwasher finishing. Our mums gave us a little bit of money and we'd been saving, like little bits and pieces that we could, and we got a dishwasher from Bunnings. Just a cheap one, and that's what we got after Christmas. Boxing Day we got that. Heading March, got a big train trip starting Thursday night. Oh, Lynette, you need to rest. Yeah, you need to rest. You're a nurse. No, you know what you got to do. I love your thinking out loud. Works the way I create a bit of this and a bit of that, change it to that, and oh my gosh, when it moves to there, it's just what I want. Yep. Even if it's nothing like you intended to create, that's exactly it, Karen. Okay, so let's do our corners down the bottom here. We're going to leave that row out. So let's get our corners how we want them. And there's a lot of eyeballing in this. I will admit I probably need new glasses. I nearly got sidetracked and didn't come to class. I'm trying to learn a new skill. Well, I'm trying to actually improve a skill I have beyond basics. It'll be really good for the whole design of product. And I'm actually enjoying it. That's probably why I didn't get any sleep, because I was thinking about it. I probably don't know half of what happened in the episode of The Witcher that the kids and I watched last night, because, yep, I was multitasking. So I'm going to mimic this border here between. And kind of try to attempt to keep it straight. It's not perfect. I'm far from perfect. Nowhere near it. Now, you could have inked these. Definitely could ink these. I find that doing a live video, inking edges of little tiny things kind of isn't conducive to good flow, because it does make the videos go a lot longer, but it also gets messy. Well, I don't have my, I'm trying to do the no wipes thing. Trying to save the planet. No wipes at the moment. Baby wipes in my area. And I don't have my cloth nappy. Yep. So let's stick. We have to cover this little line here, remember? Because it doesn't line up. Bought a dishwasher too with their Christmas. Yep. I've got all the school books done except for one textbook for Amelia. And I have I've booked and paid for dancing. I got a little bit of discount by doing that before the end of the year. I've got dancing for term 1 all organised for Amelia Ann. And what else did I do? Oh, the calculator for Noah. It was cheaper than the calculator for Naomi, but it's still a lot of coin. The grandmas, one of the grandmas helped out with that calculator. Okay, so what I've done, I didn't say what I was doing there. So what I've done is I've got my stringy stuff, and I'll grab one of the threads. So you grab a thread, and you just hold this not too tight, but when you pull through, if it gets too jammed here, this is not a long piece, you just pull that along. And then you've got stringy stuff ready to go. So we've got a bit of stringy, pale pink stringy stuff. Maybe we'll put our teapot on foam. No, we'll put it flat. I'm going to use it to hold down look, you can see where I drew a mud map under there of that bookie thing I did a couple of weeks ago, which has got away with not being photographed. I don't know how. Well, Quentin's photographed it, but I haven't, and I've got to find it. Does that work? So make sure we cover our line we need to cover here. And make sure it's sort of sitting upright. And we're holding our stringy stuff down. Then we're going to tuck a big pansy flower under here. I'm being a bit precious about my messy map, I know. I promise I won't sand it, Pam. Okay. So are we going to leave the teapot handle to the edge of the purple? Yes, I think so. Let's actually stick that flat. We were going to stick it on foam. And is anyone else surprised that my tape's gone? I know who borrowed it. She did a lot of scrapbooking on the holidays, my little friend. On her own. Of her own design. And then she'd come out to me while I was sorting out all my leftovers from my class kits and that. All my, you know, my leftover bits. And she'd come out and go, I just need something to go with purple. So, okay, you can have a look in there. And then she'd go off with a whole handful of colour cuts and things that I'd fussy cut. I'm like, I want to fussy cut all those. But it's okay. So while we're at this point, let's put our tape on the back. Okay. And then what we're going to do, my black bladed scissors haven't returned yet. Okay, yep, the handle's gone. And that's okay. Okay, so I think that this needs to have a bit of maybe the green on it. So let's get out our metallic watercolors. So much water in that. Let's use this color here. And then we might add a bit of, might add a touch of pink. That one there. Below the orange. Oh, geez, that's bright. Let's drop little bits of pink. Yep, I'm contaminating the pink. It's okay. Just little bits of pink on it. Hey, Amelia Ann. Amelia. Could you come wash my paintbrush, please? She is here. See, I wasn't telling fib. She is actually in the house. Can you come wash my paintbrush, please?
Yes, Mom. I was reading my Length of Fire book, and then I'm going to read number 4, then number 5, and then I can read the whole series again.
Oh, you're reading. Okay. Just gotta get the heat tool. Thank you. Okay, don't overheat it because it will burn. Oh, that's better. Look at that. Oh, there it is. I'll set my page on top. This is just a cloth nappy. Look at that. It's got fluoros on it from my fluoro class the other week. What do we think of that? We're making a flat card. Now, I did not intend on doing that today. It's a bit wet. How are you, Diane? And that's the beauty of it. You can rewatch later. If you want, like, when there's a scry, if you want to see the comments, that's why I read the comments out, is so that people that are on YouTube or that are watching later on Facebook without the comments coming up know what, know what I'm answering. It's no good just answering without acknowledging what I'm answering. But yeah, that is the beauty of it, isn't it, Diane? That you can watch the video later. You can come back, and if you're going to try and create along, create what you can, and then you can come back and just watch the bits you need to later. Okay, so we're going to put that sort of through there. I'm going to put one pansy sort of here. I haven't quite stuck the word down yet. I've got it kind of just sitting there. Oh, geez, I've moved it now. That's an issue. And then do we put the second one, instead of putting it here, or do we put it here? Here. Let's stick our title down. As long as the glue on it hasn't dried yet, that's always a bit of a problem. Now let's put the other one here. And we're going to make a flat card. Let's make a completely flat card. Now we still have our cardstock to combat. So remember, our card base is only thin cardstock. And sometimes that's all you've got to work with. Now D hasn't stuck down very well because it dried. I've got a lot to do today. Today is design day. I do have to do paperwork. I do that every day. Every weekday. Have to. No one else is going to come and do my bookkeeping for me. None of the others want to do it. No one puts their hand up for that. They'll say, oh, I'll help you with that, but I'm not doing it. Okay. So I've got a card base. It's fairly lightweight, isn't it? So let's get our leftover white and our Flower Power paper one. And let's cut another piece that is 3 3/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches from our Flower Power one. So it's 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And let's cut a 3 1/2 inch by 5 1/2 inch piece of the white. So it's 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. we are going to cut the middle out of the flower power. We still don't want to add too much weight. We're just adding a little bit of strength. Want to add strength, not weight. It's a very fine line. Let's see what's in here. Let's grab another one of these pansies. Okay, so let's stick the two of those together. I hope you've all noticed the 1, 2, 3 challenge. There's no mood board challenge in 2023. I do have to catch up on the winners. It's a bit of a time-consuming job. Oh, no stops with that one either. But yeah, so we have got the 1, 2, 3 challenge is still going. I've had that since 2014 is when I took over as owner of 1, 2, 3 scrapbooking challenge. Okay, so this is our 6-inch by 8-inch piece, and we're going to, I like to make the back just slightly minusculely shorter, and I make sure it's the piece that, so one piece is always not as wide as the other, and I make that the back. So you can see it's a fairly flimsy card. It's like a store-bought card. So let's stick our undecorated piece to the inside, the back. So we're going to stick it in here. Nice even border, top, bottom, sides. And then let's stick our little handsy. It's the same size as our small ones on the front. Just going to stick one of these little guys down here. I'm going to tilt. I've always got their heads tilted to the side. Oh, already got a bit of body. Don't forget to write your name on the back of the cards if you give them. I've actually had someone sell, because I don't always remember to write my name on the back of cards. We used to do a card club, have a card club at the shop and do card swaps. I actually had someone sell cards, my cards, at an event as their own. It's very funny. It's okay. I've had someone else donate cards that I made to a charity and take credit for making them for the charity. Oh, so see this bit of stringy stuff that keeps on flopping forward? Look at that. That's a card with substance. Now, see this bit of stringy stuff that keeps on flopping forward? So let's get our tiny bit of glue. And let's put the tiniest little droplet. Just a tiny bit. And then just push down on it so it doesn't, yeah, there we go. Let's just get that to stick there. So we could have left our handle on so it went all the way off it, you know, all the way to the edge of the card and then cut it, but that's okay. I don't always like to take things right to the edge of the card base because they get damaged. And then you can write your sentiment in here. I leave my cards blank that I sell inside. And I don't put inserts in my cards because people, yeah, I want people that receive the card to appreciate the card. But yeah, so there is the front. Let me grab the screen. I have this playing on 3 screens. I do have a spare screen over. I have a laptop over here, I have my laptop, and I do have like a screen, a computer screen, a bigger one. But yeah, Quentin's got my old laptop, but it's got a black thing across the screen, and yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, we run them until they die. Oh, hello, Nicole. Nicole's in Perth. Sorry, I missed your comment. And Di is over on YouTube as well. So Nicole, Di, and Karen are on YouTube. Have watched a few junk journal videos lately and thought a snippet roll would be a good way to use up a lot of our bits. A snippet roll. Oh, might make a good class idea. Hey, Diane, can you send me a picture of what a snippet roll is? Please? I know I should know. Sounds like a good scrap box user-upperer, doesn't it? So that's the front, and then that's the inside. So that's how simple it is. Thank you, Nicole. But yeah, so that's how, if you've got any ideas or requests, I get, you know, I'm going to say the two Tanyas send me requests. Tanya D sends me a lot of requests. Tanya M sends the occasional one. But yeah, I do get requests for classes and products, and Elise sent me a whole heap of ideas for things that she wants to go with Redwood Farms. So they are actually coming up. Not today. But yeah, what I want to try and do is when we do something special in a kit like Alice's Tea Party, it won't be available to everybody else until after, you know, the class. Kind of makes sense. We need to sell class kits because the classes are free, but I do need to sell class kits to eat. Remember, I've got that 16-year-old with hollow legs to feed. Everybody that's had a teenage boy will understand. There we go. Look, nice and clean. Oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you. It did turn out good, didn't it? Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Sandy. But yeah, so there we go. I was going to keep this clean, wasn't I? Because it's getting messy. And then, you know, we've got our distractions behind here where we planned out a mini book. That's the Imagine with Alice one. And I really don't know why I don't have photographs of it. It's odd. I have got a little bit of a pile of things to photograph. I've gone through and found a couple of pages here and there that went to work without coming home and being photographed. So there we go. We've got a fair bit left, but I'd say tomorrow night we're going to do a double page because we've got two bits of this white, and then we've got the coloured cookies paper, as Amelia calls it, and then we've just got a few bits left, and then we've got lots of colour cuts. So, and then I've got my Christmas present, which is 3,000 photos that Naomi organised from the kids. Love the cover. Thank you, Marie. I love making this. I do love squares. We all know that, don't we? I love squares and circles, hearts and butterflies. Yeah, I love squares. But it's really nice how it's got that white lilac glitter white. It makes it have that, it's got that illusion of depth, but it's a completely flat card. We've made a completely flat card, but it's got this beautiful depth about it. And then we've got little bits of the lilac, but then we've got, you know, the greeny colour and the pink. But yeah, thank you. So tomorrow night at 6:30 Queensland time. Remember, all the times are Queensland times. We're looking forward to when daylight saving ends and I can go back to teaching at 7 o'clock at night. And I still teach at 9:30 Queensland time in the morning on Tuesdays. So we will be back tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. We will have a weekly roundup this week. We didn't have one when Mort was home. We just got so sidetracked having fun together, and I wasn't particularly well on the Saturday. I've had quite a few bad days, but yeah, I just keep going. Today's not a great day, but I'll get there. But yeah, I think that's about it. Thursday night, Sammy John's mixed media class. Friday night, we're doing a cherry blossom page, and I really need to have a look and fussy cut some cherry blossoms from some Tranquility paper for that, I think, or buy some cherry blossom color cuts. I think I might buy some color cuts. But yeah, so thank you all very much for coming along. Take care, stay safe. Welcome to 2023. This is our first class of the year. I think it turned out pretty good. And we will see you tomorrow night. Don't forget the online store is open 24/7. And there are a couple of these. There's only a couple, but there's a couple of this kit still left. And it's got a full pack of the colour cuts for Alice's tea party. But yeah, so thank you for sharing. Blessed be. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you for coming along to class. I hope you get to watch other videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And there's a link in the description to Nicole for the album in the Creative Family Group on Facebook, where we have lots of classes as well. So if you know someone that's trying to get into the Creative Family Group, or you're watching this on YouTube and you want to get into the Creative Family Group, you have to answer all the questions with as much detail as possible. I'm getting really strict on it now. We've had some serious scammers try and get in. We've had other store owners try and get, and I'm not going to let other people that own other shops come in to see what we do. What we do is what we do, and they can do what they do. I know that sounds really harsh of me, but yeah, this is my thing, and they need to do their own thing. But yeah, we've got, if you're trying to get in, put in as much detail as you can and make sure you agree to be nice. I have actually just cleared it out. Same with 1, 2, 3 scrapbooking challenge. If you say you're not going to enter the challenge, I'm not going to let you in. Sorry. We are actually going to clean up 1, 2, 3 scrapbooking challenge and get it down to just people that want to be in there, not people that are just in there for the sake of being in there. So we did say that in the poll. There is a questionnaire in the 1, 2, 3 scrapbooking challenge group too, if you want to go and answer that. So thank you very much for coming along. Take care. Stay safe. Love yous all. And we will see you all tomorrow night for scrapbooking. See you then. Bye.